well, a pleasant good morning, Huntsville, Texas. I'm Rob Hipp, and thanks for joining us for another edition of Good Morning Huntsville, right here on 1017 KSAM's Facebook page and also throughout various other social media platforms. Many of you had joined us last week as we had on a couple of guests. Russell Martinez talked to us from Sam Houston State University, and we heard about painting the town orange and white. Well, that never has stopped, by the way, because Sam Houston has moved on to the last four teams in the FCS championship. So come out, support the Bearcats on Saturday with a 1:30 kickoff as they are facing James Madison. Going to be a great game. The winner of that game will go on to the coveted FCS National Championship. And we also had BJ McMichael on our show last week talking about the 2021 Huntsville ISD bond building for champions. Well, the good news, that bond passed, and it's going to be a great opportunity for our kids moving forward. Friends, this show is all about Huntsville. It's all about the things that are good in our community, and maybe many of you aren't even from Huntsville that are watching this morning. In fact, I already got a good friend back from my hometown in Georgetown, Mr. Michael Price, saying good morning from Georgetown. And so even though we talk a lot about what's going on in the Huntsville community, this show, you can always find some inspiration out of it. We always want to talk about the good, especially what's going on right here in Huntsville. But no matter if you're back in Georgetown, maybe you're up in Seattle, Washington. I've got friends in that area. Look, this show is always going to have something for you that's going to be inspirational and try to lift you up. We've got a lot of good that we want to bring forward and talk about those good things here as we have this weekly morning show. Also have another friend out there. I'm not sure who that is, but it says good morning. So we want to welcome you into the show as well. And by the way, if you've got comments, feel free to leave them on our social media platforms during this show. It's an interactive show, and we like to engage with the audience. As always, when I do this, you're waking up this morning, fair 59. Woo, baby, 59, and I'm feeling fine. 59 degrees. I'm not 59 years old yet. 59 degrees outside under fair skies. Today, it's going to be a beautiful sunny and 79 degrees tonight, getting down to 57. Not a whole lot of wind. It is pretty humid outside, though. So make sure you're ready today for a beautiful and wonderful day. Well, friends, I am very excited today. I've got a young man on the show that has been a friend. It's someone when I first came to Huntsville a couple of years ago. In fact, before I officially moved here, he was one of the first young men that I met that I have called the heart and soul of our Sam Houston football team. This young man gives back to the community. He is someone who is very involved with Sam Houston, with athletics, and just a bright, shining smile in our community. And I wanted to bring on and talk this morning to a very good friend of mine, Mr. Broderick Nixon. Good morning, Broderick. What's going on, man?
Good morning. How you doing?
Man, I am blessed, brother, more than I deserve. And I got to tell you, it's good to see your smiling face, man.
Appreciate it so much.
Well, you know, I alluded into this, Broderick, just a little bit ago, but you were one of the first guys that I met with Sam Houston football. And you know, normally you'd think, okay, you'd meet a football coach or maybe the players first, but I met you as one of the first guys because you were all over the place, man. You're active with the team. Talk a little bit about just how much that football team, or our football team at Sam Houston, means to you and kind of your involvement with those guys, man.
It's a blessing. It's just like a big blessing to me to be able to be part of a great team. I got on as an intern. Then from intern, I got involved with the players, basically speaking one-on-one with most of them and just saying that just keep your head like focused and keep your mind open and keep going and be the best that you can be, and just continue on it to just spread the word and just become part of the whole team.
Well, we're talking to Broderick Nixon this morning. I know we led right into the football team because that's the big news right now, man. But
Yeah.
Broderick, you're a junior at Sam Houston. You're
Yeah.
studying business law from Willis, Texas, just right down the road, man.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that. Now, I know that you don't like talking a lot about yourself, man, but I am going to ask you some questions, so you're going to have to talk a little bit about yourself, man.
Of course.
But how did you get involved with Sam Houston, and maybe talk a little bit about growing up at Willis, and then how did you get over at Sam Houston, man? It's very impressive that you're studying business law, my friend.
Okay, first, it all started at Lone Star. I went to Lone Star and just when I went to Lone Star, I was just going there, I went up there lost. Like I said, I just came here. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I know I want to go to school here, and I want to make a better life for myself. And I got involved in that. Then when I graduated from Lone Star, it was a company that saw my they saw me going to school at Lone Star, and they actually said after Lone Star we'll give you a full scholarship at Sam. I was like, that's a blessing because I never thought that I would get that type of appreciation.
Well, you just mentioned, blessing, and I know that you're a strong Christian man. You go to Second Baptist Church here in Huntsville. So you took the business law route, man. Talk a little bit
Yeah,
about that. How'd you take that route, man?
I mean, I took that route because I wanted to be a judge at first. Now, like, judge a little bit up there. So I decided just to stick with a lawyer. But I just wanted to be in the business altogether because I wanted to start my own business. Then I just wanted to become a lawyer because I wanted to make a difference in the community and with people's lives. I wanted to speak up for those who couldn't speak up for themselves.
Well, Broderick, you have been just a light, an inspiration, man. Willis, Texas. Talk a little bit. I asked you earlier, do you have family in the area? And you said, man, I got a lot of family. So
Yeah,
you
it's a
got any
lot.
you got any shout outs for your family this morning, man?
Yes, I got a shout out to Brian Reed, Derek Lab, but that way, a guy named Chi Chi, he mentored me all my life to keep going and to never just give up. But Brian Reed is my cut. Brian Reed is my cousin. I see him as a big bro, and he always believed in me, and he always like always he told me to never give up. He never treated me any other way. So he kept me going on with that.
Well, man, you've had just an incredible journey in your life, man. And one thing that I love about you, Broderick, and one thing that I noticed right away is you said nothing's going to let me down.
Now,
And
hey,
so
I mean,
well, go ahead, man. Yeah, you said nothing's going to let me down. Talk a little bit more about that, man.
in my mind, I see myself as I'm walking like everyone else. Like I just get up in the morning and say, "What goal I want to reach today?" It's like I don't see a limit on what I can do. I always try to go for everything I want to do, no matter what how hard it can be or the difficult it might be. I always look at it in a positive way and say, "I'm gonna conquer this. I'm gonna go for this," and it always just worked out that way.
Well, Broderick, about a year ago, I started seeing some stuff on Facebook, man, and it got my attention. And I said,
Yeah,
what is Broderick up to now, man? Because you're always smiling, man. You're always making a huge impact with your smile. But
yeah.
now you have started something called Dreams to Reality. Tell us a little bit about what gave you the idea to start Dreams to Reality and what it's doing for other people, man.
Man, what gave me the idea to start Dream Reality is I always wanted to be a motivational speaker. And I always wanted, when I spoke, to speak out, to grab everybody. And I always had dreams. And how it got started was I always made my dreams into reality. And I can call my business that Dream to Reality because I want it to reach other people, everyone else, and I don't want it to be just for me. I want it to be for other people, everyone else. I want it to mean something that they can do. Whatever dream they want to go after, they can go after it and turn their dreams into reality.
So, you talk more about this dreams to reality, and you've turned it into a clothing line. So talk a little bit, Broderick, about that. And then it's much more than a clothing line too. You want to see this really take off. So tell us a little bit more about that.
The clothing line just to symbolize that you can achieve wherever you want to achieve, like go after wherever. I mean, when you put on a hat, you wake up in the morning and put on the hat and look in the mirror and say, "I'm going after my dreams today. I'm gonna make it into reality." The shirt, you just feel that you're gonna conquer everything that you set out to be with reality, with your dreams, and
Well,
you just want to feel like whenever you put on the clothes, you can conquer anything, and that's what the clothing line is for. But it became bigger than that. I never thought it would become bigger than what it is. I just said it just was my dreams, the reality that I made come true. But I want everyone else to achieve them too.
well, we're talking this morning to our good friend, Mr. Broderick Nixon of Dreams to Reality, and you have made an impact on other people's lives. One thing that you told me earlier, man, is you said it doesn't matter if you're up walking or you're in a chair, such as yourself. You can do anything that you put your mind to. You want to motivate people. Broderick, you've already got 1 degree down, one to go, man. I showed that a little bit ago.
Yeah.
How can Dreams to Reality continue to influence people? And maybe there's somebody this morning that's watching this interview with you and they're saying, man, I'd like to get involved. I'd like to help out Broderick. Or maybe they want a shirt or a hat. How can they get these things?
You can actually message me on Facebook on the social media platform, or if you see me around Huntsville, just just stop me and say I want a shirt or a hat. I'll be all around, but you can reach me on my Facebook page at Broderick Nixon.
Awesome, man. And are your hats and your shirts, are they available for sale yet, Broderick?
Yes, yes, they are available for sale. I mean, and I can get you anything that you want. The cup, the color, and like I got on the shirt today. Like I was thinking, what do everybody be proud of to be American? So I created Dream to Reality as an American flag because
Oh, it's beautiful.
I want it to mean also mean we stand strong, we stand proud.
Well, we need to. Is there anybody locally here in Huntsville that you have this at their stores yet? Are you working on that?
I'm working on that. Not, but not quite yet. But in my hometown, I got it at a local flea store called La Walker's Flea Store. You can you can find my merchandise there in Willis, Texas,
So down the road in Willis, man, and
at
I'm,
Walker
I'm gonna
Flea Store.
I'm gonna make a call to action. There may be somebody here in Huntsville today that's watching this, Broderick, and I hope I'm not stepping out of line. And you tell me if I am, but there may be somebody in Huntsville today that's watching this, and they say I would love to carry this young man's products. Would you be okay with that if there was somebody today that has a store that
would
wants to
be
sell
great.
that?
Yes, I'll be okay with that. I'll be great. I'll be grateful for that.
So tell us a little bit more about the logo, man. You had some folks help, and look at this. You've even got hats. I mean, you've got it all, man, and it looks pretty
Yeah.
sharp. I need to get me one of these hats, man.
Yeah, I mean, it all became true because I got a friend that helped me with it, Amy, Amy, Amy Rizzo. She is my partner in this, and she just believed in me, and we came up with DTR, and that stands for Dream to Reality. And I just want it to be a brand that stick out in your mind. When you see like DTR, it bring up your spirit. Like you, I mean, it's just like a motivational like symbol to where I see that now I can go do whatever I dream of or what goal that you set in life.
We're talking to Broderick Nixon this morning here in Huntsville, Texas. Man, I gotta tell you, if I'm a Broderick, there's a buddy of mine back in Georgetown, and I always said if you're having a bad day, you just go by and see her, and she'll bring a smile to you. And you're that guy for me and so many others here in Huntsville, man. If you're having a bad day, all you got to do is get on the phone or see Broderick, see his smile, and you'll realize very quickly that, man, if this dude is out smiling, there ain't no reason that you shouldn't be smiling. Ain't that right, Broderick?
Yes, and plus it's a great day. I mean, smile every day. I mean, it'll make your day so much like better if you smile. Like me, I wake up with a smile on my face. Like today gonna be a good day. Today I'm gonna go after wherever I want to go after, and I love the process of trying trying stuff that I didn't think I could do. I love the process of it because I surprised myself that I achieve things, and when I achieve things, I just want to keep going. I don't see like anything I can't do, and I'm like, I gotta go get it.
You know, Broderick, I think it's amazing, man, and your attitude, your story. You know, I know that you don't want to see people suffer, that you don't want to see people hurting. You talked earlier about being a motivational speaker, and something that I saw on your Facebook earlier today, and I wanted to share this because it is a very serious topic.
Yeah.
I saw this post from a picture that you had put on your Facebook that said, "If suicide ever crosses your mind, just know I would rather listen to your story than attend your funeral." That's pretty deep, man. Just talk about why it's so important that people keep looking up and keep their self, motivated, but more importantly, for people to know that they're loved, man, and they got friends like you out there. Talk about how important that is, my friend.
That's very important because, like me, you don't know what a person might be. They might be going through, and like I always said, if you having a bad day, I'm always here to listen. It's important because you don't know what that person is facing, and you don't want no one to be hurting or go through a bad time because you might never know what that person might be thinking, or they might be thinking about hurting themselves. So you never want that for nobody. Or if you is hurting, seek help. Like talk to somebody. Like I don't always have a good day, but I got a lot of friends that I appreciate in my life that I talk to, and it's just very important to just keep friends around and have somebody to talk to if you are having a bad day or thinking like something bad, because you are loved, and your loved ones wouldn't want you to be hurting.
That's right, man. Well, Broderick, I can tell that you've got some amazing things down the road. You're already doing wonderful things right here in Huntsville. You're making an impact back on your friends and your family and complete strangers, honestly, man, with
Yeah,
what you're doing. Kind of, we're talking to Broderick Nixon of Dreams to Reality. Broderick, what's the next steps, man? What do you want to do with Dreams to Reality, and kind of what are you thinking about the future?
man. My next step is to just have my clothing, my hat, my shirts, and my mug and stores in Huntsville, and like just expand it. And for the future, I want Dreams Reality to be an empire where it's just not known around here, but around the world. Because, like you said, I'm a motivational speaker. So my dream is not to reach just a few like people, but to reach the world, because I want them to feel what I feel. I want them to have the same energy that I have. That you can go do whatever you want to do and with a smile on your face.
It's funny. I was talking this morning, Broderick, before we went live about, just habits that we get into every day as we continue to talk to Broderick Nixon here at Dreams to Reality on Good Morning Huntsville. And yeah, I was talking about habits, man. And my fiance, she makes the bed every single morning. Before we've been together over 7 wonderful years, and and that's something that stuck with me. And I'm separated from her now during the week. Of course, I get
Yeah.
to see her on the weekend. She's going to be coming to Huntsville soon in this area. But man, we were talking about habits, and I got up this morning and I said, I don't really know if I have the energy to make my bed. And I looked at it, and it kind of made me unsettled because that bed wasn't made. And I know nobody else is ever going to be up here. It's just me until she comes to visit
Yeah.
or I visit her. But it's so important because you do that one simple task so many times it becomes a habit. But all it takes is one time to not do it. And I knew this morning if I didn't make my bed, that it'd probably be the next week that I didn't make it. So talk a little bit how important it is to develop good habits, because we were talking about that and that hit home to me, man.
Man, it's good to develop good habit because you want to always have them because if you fall back into bad habit and work out like me, like my habit is if I don't have food in my dorm, I don't eat. Like so I gotta go to the store. So I can go to the generals to eat, but that only gonna last a certain time when I'm in school. So the best habit to do is try to make sure that you can get up and go to the store and shop for yourself when you don't feel like it. Like me personally, a good habit is just have to part anything because the more that you do it, the more routine it comes naturally because it gonna be some days where you don't want to do a lot of stuff. But if you fall in the habit, you'll get used to it. Like me, I take one day out the week to do my homework. Every homework I got to do, I sit down for 5 or 6 hours to do it because I might have the whole week to do it, but I fall into the habit of getting it done all at one time, so I don't have to wait at the last second to do it. Because if you wait at the last second to do it, you procrastinate it, and you ain't gonna get it done.
Well, Broderick, it's been fun talking to you this morning. We'll sign off here in just a few minutes, but something really exciting, man. Sam Houston, they're down in that Final Four of football. How excited have you been, and how proud of those guys are you? I know you've been the heart and soul of that team, man, and we're just one win away from going to a national championship. Tell us a
I'm
little bit
so
about that, man.
Yeah, I'm so proud of them. They work hard. They are a team. They are a family, and they show their strength through through the games every week. And the practice, they work hard. And also, me personally, I'm so proud of them because they show how hard the work the hard they work at it, and each time they win, it's like I'm a proud dad.
I love that, man. I love that.
Like,
Well, this COVID, it's been tough this year because you haven't been able to travel with the guys. I know,
yeah,
we see you've been able to travel with them before, of course, and all that. So, how have you been able to stay in touch with the football team and the guys during all this COVID pandemic, not being able to be out there on the field, man?
I'll be out there on the field sometimes at practice. So when practice go on, I go out there, I talk to them, I try to motivate them, or I might see some players around school. So when I see them around school, I stop them, I talk to them, I motivate them. But mostly at practice, I get there and I just talk to them.
I'm showing a picture on the screen, Broderick. This was from the Battle of the Piney Woods, I assume a season ago. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
How cool is that, man? Going down to
And,
NRG, and you get to be. I broadcast the games. I don't get to get in the locker room. You're down there in the locker room with these guys, man. How
yeah,
cool is that? Just in that Battle of the Piney Woods, how awesome has that been for you to be there with the guys?
man, that was a blast. That was like the most amazing thing I ever done in my life. And to be with a team that I see as my as a family, man, like a blessing to me.
Well, Broderick, you're an inspiration, man. I like I said, when I see you, you just can't quit smiling, man. And I'm not talking,
Yeah.
you don't quit smiling, but people around you, we can't quit smiling. So, I've got a lady back in where I grew up in Georgetown. I call her the smile of Georgetown. I think you're going to be the new smile of Huntsville, man. How's that?
Hey, I take it because hey, if I can make somebody smile one day, hey, I feel like my mission is done.
Well, Broderick, as we wind down the interview, just wanted to give you another opportunity. How can folks get in touch with you? And maybe there's a store today that says, I want to carry Broderick's clothing line. Maybe there's somebody out there that wants to help you. How can folks get in touch with you? And really, what help are you looking for right now with Dreams to Reality?
I mean, people can get in touch with me at on my Facebook at Broderick Nixon, or they can email me at DTR dreams to reality 7 at gmail.com, or they can just see me around and just stop me, or if they can go to the local store in Willis at Walker Feed Store and say I need to get in touch with Broderick. They will take down your info and they will pass it along to me.
So you said that's Walker
Feed
Feed.
Store.
That's Walker's Feed and Farm there in Willis, correct? Off of
Yes,
75.
yes,
Okay, and they've got some of your stuff there. You already said, correct?
yes,
Awesome.
yes.
And then one final time, just so I can put it in the comments, what was that email address again, Broderick?
DTR to reality 7 at gmail.com.
And on the DTR Dreams to Reality, is it the number 2 or TO?
I mean, the TO.
No, TO. Okay. So I just put the email address up there, friends, as well. And whatever we can do as a community, man, I would really love to see people get behind you and what you're doing. Broderick, your motivational speaking. Do you speak? Have you started speaking to people in public yet, Broderick?
Yes, a little bit. I mean, I speaking to the small kids and the high school kids that is back home in Willis. So I try to get out as much as I can, but with the COVID, it's kind of like not a big open group. But soon I hope to speak at Sam since I'm already here. So I hope I can get a chance to speak to some people on campus as my first goal to do.
Awesome. Well, Broderick, it's been so fun this morning. Final question for you, man. It's Cinco de Mayo. What are you doing, man? Are you celebrating Cinco de Mayo today?
Yes, I am. I'm gonna go eat some Mexican food. I might get full where I might can't move. I'm gonna eat some stuff.
All right. Well, Broderick, you're a blessing to so many in this community. I wanted to share your story because I think it's so incredible what you've done here in Huntsville, and I want to continue to see the great things and keep up with you, man, because I really believe that you're just at the beginning of something great that God has in store for you. So thank you for being here, my friend. We love you, man, and we appreciate all that you do, and keep on smiling, my friend.
I sure will. I appreciate it so much.
Awesome. Well, one last time is Mr. Broderick Nixon of Dreams to Reality. Thank you for being here, my friend.
You're welcome.
Fun morning talking to just a tremendous young man. And friends, that's what it's all about, is we got to continue to be here for each other. And I think that it's a young man like Broderick that is making an impact right here in Huntsville. So again, thank him for being on this morning. We're going to step aside. We'll take a brief moment when we come back. Got a little bit of news for you. We'll talk a little bit of Cinco de Mayo. And then also, I want to tell a story about a homeless man who's received $17,000. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us, friends, as we continue. Good Morning Huntsville, right here on the KSAM Facebook page. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few moments. So welcome back to Good Morning Huntsville. Wanted to welcome all of you here. And just by the way, this show, so I'll have to get the volume turned off here in just a minute. This show, by the way, not on our traditional radio. And I wanted to encourage you, if you're a business out there, maybe you've got something that you'd like to share about your business and you want to get it over FM radio. You can do that. Glenn Edwards has a really awesome show that comes on Saturday mornings on KHVL 104.9. That show is Hello Huntsville. And so if you'd like to be on that show, just simply send us a message, get you in touch with Glenn, and we can make that happen. Also, make sure you listen on the mornings on 104.9 KHVL and also 101.7 KSAM. You'll be able to hear Steve Ricks as well as Glenn Edwards. So I know a lot of you may be driving. Of course, you can't stream the video when you're driving, but on your way to work, and if you're at work, maybe you're in the back of a warehouse, you got the radio blaring, keep it on one of those two stations. You'll be able to enjoy a lot of our hometown community programming right here on KSAM and also KHVL. And again, the show on Saturdays on KHVL, it's called Hello Huntsville. If you'd like to be on this show for business opportunities, feel free to reach out and let me know. We have very affordable plans. If you're a nonprofit, as part of our commitment to community, you can be on this show at no charge. If you're a commercial business, you'd like to talk a little bit more about what you do and also highlighting some of your products and services, would love the opportunity to chat with you. We have those at very affordable opportunities as well. Well, today is Cinco de Mayo. Hope everybody is having a great day and planning on having a great time. Celebrating Cinco de Mayo, of course, in Spanish, stands for the 5th of May. It's an annual celebration held on this day, observed to commemorate the Mexicans' army victory over the French Empire at the Battle of Puebla. That goes all the way back to May the 5th of 1862 under the leadership of General Ignacio Zaragoza. The victory of the smaller Mexican force against the larger French force, it was a morale boost for the Mexicans. Zaragoza died months after the battle due to illness. A year after the battle, a larger French force defeated the Mexican army at the Second Battle of Puebla, and Mexico City soon fell to the invaders. It's more popularly celebrated in the United States than in Mexico. The date has become associated with the celebration of Mexican-American culture. These celebrations began in California, where they have been observed annually all the way back to 1863. This day gained nationwide popularity in the 1980s, thanks especially to advertising campaigns by beer and wine companies. Today, however, Cinco de Mayo, it generates beer sales on par with the Super Bowl in Mexico. The commemoration of the battle continues mostly to be ceremonial, such as though military parades and battle reenactments. The city of Puebla marks the event with an arts festival of local cuisine, and reenactments of the battle. Sometimes this day, mistaken for Mexico's Independence Day, the most important national holiday in Mexico, that, though, is celebrated on September the 16th. That commemorates the cry of Dolores, which in 1810 initiated the War of the Mexican Independence from Spain. So again, I hope you're planning on having a wonderful day today with Cinco de Mayo, and get out there and have some fun, guys. It's all about friends. We heard from Broderick earlier, and just very important to hear his story. I want to share a story, as I do, as we wind down this morning on Good Morning Huntsville. I always like to talk about stories of inspiration and kindness, something to leave you with. And this morning, coming from healthyhappynews.com. It's a story about a homeless man who received $17,000 from strangers because of a viral TikTok video. His name, this was a man, Philip Vu, quit his job to live out of his car and travel. He met a homeless man. The two shared their life stories, which Philip took videos of and posted on his social media accounts. Those videos went viral, and people were inspired to help Mike out. Led to a total of $17,000 in donations for Mike. It's quoted in one of the videos, "We can fix homelessness in the United States because a life was changed with just $17,000. 24-year-old Philip Vu said after his TikTok video with a homeless man went viral and led people to offer donations for him. It was earlier this year when Philip and a 46-year-old homeless man named Mike, they crossed paths. It all happened in New Haven, Connecticut. Philip, who resigned as a bank analyst to live out of his car and traveled, stumbled upon Mike, who offered to clean Philip's car windows. Philip soon asked Mike if he'd like to go grab a sandwich, which Mike agreed. Instantly, these two hit it off. They shared their life stories and found out that they have much similarities, such as their backgrounds, their dreams, and even their losses. Both have lost one of their parents. Philip's dad passed away when he was young, and Mike lost his mother last year, which pushed him to make money honestly by cleaning windows and pumping gas. Despite the commonalities, the current situations are far different. I was like living my dreams, and he told me his dream was to go traveling one day. He's been fending for his life and trying to support his girlfriend, and I'm living out of my car for leisure, Philip explained. Philip then shared their meaningful chats on his TikTok and YouTube accounts. Soon enough, those videos went viral. They gained over 13 million views for just one single video. I never thought any of these videos would get that much traction, Philip said. I don't think it would be more than me helping him out, having a conversation, getting to know him. I just wanted to document a video of me and Mike hanging out, sharing an experience. Of course, as it goes with the internet, all of a sudden people from around the globe were asking Philip how they could support Mike so he could get back on his feet. Those donations started rolling in, eventually totaling to that $17,000 mark. On February the 12th, Philip handed a bright red envelope with $1,000 cash to Mike, which shocked him, and it made him very emotional. Later on, Philip gathered the rest of the donations, making Mike even more overwhelmed. This is a very good start for me because I can get some food, my ID, I can go buy my boots, and it can give me some cosmetics, hygiene, proper stuff, Mike said. And then he added in maybe no. I ain't going to say maybe. I ain't going to say I am. I'm going to give somebody else something because y'all gave this to me. Friends, today, can you make a difference in someone's life? Is there somebody out there that you know that just needs you to reach out and touch them? I encourage you to do that today. That is what this life is all about. Let's make a difference in this world together, just as Broderick, who we had on earlier, is making a difference in so many. Friends, I love you. I appreciate this opportunity to talk to you here on Good Morning Huntsville on our social media feeds. This is a weekly show happening every Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. You can chime in right here on the KSAM 1017 Facebook page, and we will keep this going every week. As I end every single broadcast, friends, reminding you today that we're not strong enough alone. We need each other in this world. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. Have a great day, everyone.